G'day. Yeah, we will teach you how to build a quick track in Velocidrone and then make it nice and blingy. First you start Velocidrone, voila, done. Then you go here, track manager, then we go to new track and we decide what we want to build. I guess we'll make it nice and simple. And we will use, I'll tell you what, we'll use dynamic weather because you can do lots of stuff in dynamic weather. If I can find it. Yeah, there we go. Bam. We select here. For this tutorial you will need your radio plugged in a few minutes once you start. So on the right here we got a whole drop down menu of a whole load of stuff. Right now all you need to worry about is gates and barriers. So we'll start with barrier because nothing works without a start gate. So we'll just pop that down there. Bam. Lovely. And you can use your arrow buttons to go down, left, right, back, and then your mouse key right click and you can turn around. Left click we'll worry about later. And now you go back up here to this drop down menu on the right and we'll choose gates. Best gates to use for all levels, probably this one here, that one, top one, and we'll stick that there. Bam. So when you click on a gate you got these arrows, these just move the gate. Always make sure that the arrow turns yellow before you move it or else it'll go wonky, and also always make sure it's planted to the ground or else you'll have spaces. So always like that. Got a few little dots there. And up here you can, little circle here turns the gate around. You can make it bigger or smaller or wider or thinner. Let me show you. So if you're really rubbish and want nice big gates, there we go, got nice big gates now. Don't forget, got to pull out the ground, and that is the marker, so that's where the drone will respawn if you crash. If it's underground, you'll respawn underground and your game will be over before it even starts. This button here just swivels it around like that, like that. You can move it up and down, which is handy if you have walls. And this here tells you more or less where you are with it. Yeah, but anyway, so that's that. Those are the three little buttons that do everything. Mainly you will need this one here. And that there and that there, I will explain that later. And this here, yeah, we won't worry about those just yet. Okay, so that we'll come to later, but always make sure when you're playing with the gates that the dot's in the middle, or whenever you turn something that the dot's in the middle. So there's gate number 1 in front of our barrier, is it? Starting block here, more or less. Okay, ideal length, so that's 70 meters. So that's 20 meters away from the start gate. As you can see, minus 90 meters. There we go, minus 70. So that is 20 meters away, which is kind of roughly good. I mean, in real life, most gates are about 15 meters apart on an ideal track, to give you an idea. And We could choose another gate, but we don't have to. What we can do, if you really want to make the gate look cool, is we can hit down here, get a neon. We can just throw in something like this here. We can put that there. And we turn it down like that. Always best to do this sideways. I'll show you the points of this in a second. There we go. Now you've got a custom gate. Look at that. Pretty. Okay, now what you want to do is clone it. So every gate looks identical. So there you just hit clone, bam. There we go, another gate. Oh, look at that, it's not sitting straight. Now if you click on the gate, you'll see down here at the bottom right, you got gate 1. And we're going to set that to start and finish. So when your drone goes through there, the time will start going off and timing your lap, and when you go back through, it will end your lap time. This is gate number 2. So you want gate number 2 about, I hate it when it does that, 15 meters away. So if it starts doing that, it's because it's not at the right angle. But we can sort that out. See, only one line showing, which means the angle is a little bit wrong. That's about right. There we go. And we're going to turn this around. Make sure that's there. The angle's still terrible. See, when you play around, always make sure it's yellow. If it's not yellow, it's going to go, oi, and then you're going to have problems getting it back to how it was. Yeah, always hard then to get it back to how it was. It's easier just to delete it. Start another one, clone. Look at that, way underground. Tell you what, let's fix this one. About right. So whenever you clone something, you always want it on this here little cross arrow thingy, majiggy. Always best. Don't have to, but always best, because straight away you are going to move it after you clone it. It's still going downhill. Maybe we just on a downhill. And a skew downhill at that too. Cool. So we got gate 1, and this should be gate 2. Yeah, see, gate 2 down here at the bottom right. But it's a little bit tight there, so if you don't want it tight, you can move it. Whoopsie, see, you never want to do that. You gotta get the whole thing in, make sure everything has got yellow stuff around it, so when you move it, it all moves at once. So this is going to be 10 meters away, and I'll show you the point of that in a sec. And we're going to take this one, clone this one, and we're going to move this one 20 meters that way, like so. Now, to check how the track flows, what you do is you push F9 on the keyboard. Now you're going to need your remote. You name the track, we'll call it track building fun. 1. There we go.
Ready to
And then
race.
the screen comes. Now you can go and start your race and see how that flows. So I always recommend to build, goes that way, build 3 gates and then just check the flow on it.
11.21, position 1.
I can see it's not exactly level.
11.47, position
Going
1.
too far. You come back here. It looks very level there, but it's not level when we go out on it. We'll just move it up a bit more that way. Bring it across a little bit more. Go back. Check it out.
Ready to race.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that will kind of work.
7.99, position 1.
Okay, so you can always tell why I put a marker on the gate is so you always know which is the front of the gate.
Position 1.
See, nothing on the back. That purple, little pink, magenta sign, that means that's the front of the gate. There we go again. So, oh, I've done my 3 laps. Ha! Tutorial's finished. Okay. So this is going to be a split S. See, split S. And what we do now is we don't want people cheating, so we can have some fun. We can stick up a tree, but we'll go palm trees. Anyone that knows me, yeah, we all know palm trees you'll find under fast foliage. They hang down over here. Yeah, they all are lovey-dovey. And we'll stick it here like that, and we'll stick another one over here just like that. This big thing is a hip box, but they don't really apply too much on palm trees. You can still kind of get really close to them. We're gonna just spin it around a bit that way. Beautiful. Oh man. We can just clone it and move it. Always best to do that anyway. Make sure it's yellow, turn it around. This is just not working, but anyway. Okay, so that's gate 1, gate 2, gate 3. Well, it will be gate 3. And what we want to do is we want to make that a split S. We don't want people driving around the side over here or around the side over there. So now what we do is we go to invisible down here, get invisible, go like that, and there's a little invisible gate, so you're not going to see that gate at all when you're racing, but it's going to be there. And we just make a nice big chunky size of it, pull it up. Okay, turn it around, make it a little bit wider, a little bit higher for the noobs. Okay, that is it. So now we got our gate that we're going to have to fly through that way and then come back through under this one. But before we do anything, we're going to want to change the number down here to gate 3. So where it says gate order, you click on the left arrow and see it changes to gate 3. And this one here will automatically be, if you have a look, it will automatically be gate 4 now. There we go. Happy days. Just move it a bit closer and Yeah, so now anyone flying here will have to go through the split S. And what we can do as well is to bling it up a little bit. We can get like one of these little green things here. Okay, I'm going to show you something really important now. When you're playing close to trees, thing is, watch what happens. Okay, now you can't get back to that green thing to work on it. In fact, you can't even get back to the gate to work on it. So the only way to do that is to left click your mouse and cover it up like that. And we can work on it again. We're going to stick that up. Now we're going to go over here and make sure that the arrows are on the down. Yeah, and I'll show you why now. Because what we're going to do, what you can do, is stick it up like that. See? And it will go from the ground up. Whereas if it was in the middle, what would happen is when you change the size, it would go both ways. So you see it's, whoa, look how long that is. Yeah, we don't want it that long. Forgot to change it, but anyway. It don't matter. Or we can use these here. These are quite cool to use as well. We can stick that down there, leave that. I like using these as little things under my trees. They don't take up too much frames or anything like that, so it's not really going to affect your game. But always going to make sure it's plunked on the ground. There we go, pull it up. There we go, we just clone it and move it across to this gate. There we go. Sweet as. I mean, what you can as well do is stick some little some little balls in the tree too. Just so the person knows to go over that. These we can make tinier. That's fine. Okay. Clone it, stick another one up. Clone it, stick another one up. The reason I'm using these things is because the tree's crooked. But like a lot of people I know. And we can just keep going up and up and up. That's cool. And because we're very lazy, what we can do is just clone that whole lot and just swing them over to this tree here. And spin them around. See, I lost them all. Come on. Or we can just delete them and make new ones. as we close up to it. See. Make it nice and small again. Clone it. Clone. Clone. Clone it. Clone, clone, clone. One more clone. There we go. There we go. Cool. We'll make some more. Usually make them as high as you want the people to fly through it. If people see these and think that's where the gate ends, but because it's an invisible gate, it ends up in those trees. They don't know that though. I do. Ha! Okay, that's all good. And we'll do the same with these instead of just cloning them. There's plenty here. Yeah, I tell you, making stuff pretty takes a lot longer than building the actual tracks. But I'll show you why. Usually I wouldn't bother, because dynamic weather, we can have a day and a night track. So if we're going to have a night track, we're going to need some lights. One more. That's good. Yeah, there we go. And now back to building tracks. So we're going to clone our next gate. Where are we going to put this one? Let's have a look. So if you're ever going to clone something, a gate, make sure, like this one would be ideal to clone. This one wouldn't, because what happens is when you cover everything, you also got these little dots here. See here, there. They all going to be cloned, so if I clone them, look what happens. Pull all those dots out, which isn't a problem. That's a problem. I can always just highlight them all and push delete or backspace and they all just go away. There we go. And back. ideally, the person's flying through there, going over there, they can come back and fly through here. And if we're going to clone it again, I hate it that it's doing that. Make sure it's out the ground. A little bit more, should be fine. Actually, we'll take it quite a lot more. Okay, so there we go. We're getting somewhere now. And what we're going to do is there, and then we'll make a corkscrew. So we just clone it, because we're going that way, we're going to probably want to corkscrew to the left. There we go. Corkscrew. And we'll come out of there, and we'll clone that. Come down here. Turn it around. And what we're going to do here is we're going to get another gate. So we're going to go here. I'll show you why. We'll grab a gate. Lots of gates. You can make your own gates even if you want. We're going to stick that up. Right. We're going to stick a gate up here. Bam. Okay, so we're going to have to go around that gate like that. Just like that. Then we're going to come over and under, apparently. Always make sure that yellow thing's got to be above the ground. And these gates always float, so we just want to make sure everything good. I wonder which one's skew. There we go. All lined up nicely. We'll push F9 again and go give it a little fly. See what's happening.
Ready to race.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I missed the gate, man. What am I flying with? I see it now. What's happened is I forgot to, which is actually fine. That's gate 8, so we want to make this gate 8. There we go. Go back, give another test.
Ready to race.
My battery in my radio's on fire. That's kind of a bit close. Okay, that seems alright. We push F9 to go back to the editing, and that's pretty much how you would build yourself a lovely little track. But we're not finished there. This part here wasn't very smooth, so we're going to highlight absolutely everything, including the trees. We're going to go there and we're going to move everything over a little bit, just a little bit. There we go, which means we've got to move this here over just a little bit. There we go, which probably means that can all stay. Now what we'll do is we'll just copy that, clone that, move it along, spin it round. Ah, what a mess. There we go. We'll highlight that. We'll move this to that side now. Spin it round. See now what happens when you spin it round, you see the cones have disappeared underground. So we just got to pick them back up somehow. Maybe lift it a bit off the ground. There we go. The little yellow thing is still underground. See that? That's cool. It's above ground now. Make sure we want to go around that one first. Yeah. Okay. Can't just test it yet. Need a new battery in the radio. How about that? Bloody thing always runs out. Yeah. So this is just the basics of building a track that's flyable. It's always a good thing. There's nothing worse than flying a track and it just feels so wrong, if you know what I mean. So let's push F9 and see how we do. Over here it says overwrite the existing track. We just click yes.
Ready to race.
There we go. And then flip the start switch.
2, 1.
That's a lot better. Oh, I think I'm on the tiny trainer. So we want the TBS spec quad because this is going to be a TBS spec race. Okay, I'll give you another little hint. Okay, so the thing about making a smooth track and flowy is whatever way you're coming out of the
27.91.
gate,
Position
that's
1.
where you want your next gate to be. So, see, I'm turning left, so I want my next gate left, and then I'm turning right, and then I've got to turn left into here, and then where I come out of this gate, I can go straight or left to make it nice and flowy. I can't really go right because people will be flying in that direction, so we're going to go left. So what we're going to do, that's right, we're going to clone it and go left. But we've already got a corkscrew, so we'll do this time. Look at that, that's not really happening at all. There we go. And we'll make another clone in our corkscrew. Make another clone here around the flag. There's our yellow markers disappeared again, and it's back. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go around there, over there, under there, corkscrew that, and around. Which I know is going to work. I hope. What next gate I want, I'm going to clone this one, pick up that, bring them across. I'm going to stick this one over here, and we're going to do another split S because we are going to change direction. Split S's are quite good at using to change direction. don't always need a tree either to put people off. It should be fine. It's quite some way back. What we can use is a barrier. Lots of barriers. Make your own custom barriers if you want. That was one thing I wanted to do quick. There we go. We use a multi-GP one because they're not too big. There we go. I'll show you a trick, and then we'll go clone that one and put it on this side. And we're going to highlight that one, and now we're going to adjust them both at the same time. Adjust the height. Yeah. Okay, remember what I told you? We want that at the bottom, and then we can stretch it. Boom. There we go. There's no flying around that now, so they have to go over. And then what we can actually even do is just move it even back. Whoops. Back more, but we'll leave it there. There should be fine. Let's go test that out.
Ready to race.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, I gotta get off this tiny trainer thing. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? Oh, wait. That was a corkscrew around there. Around there. Whee. Okay. All was okay. So, when you're happy with your track, you save it. Yes. And then you can exit it. Are you sure you want to leave the session? Yeah, I'm sure. And then I'll show you how to go get your track back. But first I'm changing quads. Okay, then we go back to track manager. We look for our track. Anyone remember what it was called? No, I can't. Track building fun. There we go. And we just hit the edit button. Yeah. When you're ready and all done, don't worry about that. You won't have that probably. But that is upload. You can upload it and then tell all your friends what your name of your track is, and they can all go fly it. So we're just going to go back and edit it because we aren't quite finished playing it. It's just a small track. Okay. Okay, we're going to clone that. We're going to stick this over here. We're going to have a nice ladder where people will have to go turning right around the ladder. I prefer going left. I need some right hand practice. Okay, so we can build a ladder and we just clone it. There we go, stick it on top. Make 3 ladders if we want. Clone it, stick it on top. There we go. And then what we will do is we'll go to barriers. We'll get one of these things here. So we're coming around there, around there, around there, and we're going to come out here. We're going to get some barriers here. That will be fine. Make it nice and big. Let's have some fun with the barrier. Go down to decal. Decal is pretty cool. What you want to do is just scroll all the way down. All the way down. Just use the VRL tonight, so we use a VRL sign. There we go. There we go. So the thing about decal is it's a pain. You've got to turn it around. There we go. That's about right. And make it nice and big. It's not right. There we go. That's about right. Okay. There we go. We've got to get this right. There we go. And now to make that stand out, what we do is we can go down to effects here. There we go. Look at that. Pretty. She's nothing straight. Okay, you can actually change colours. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, we'll just stay with that one. There we go. You can do the same on the other side if you want, but no one's going to see the other side really. But we'll just stick something on there anyway. Maybe this guy, this girl. Yeah, yeah. You can stick a banana on there. 40 bananas out there. Why not? There we go. Nice big smoking banana. Go back to effects. Get light. You want it yellow. That's fine too. Okay, now what we get, those gates all skew, look at that. It's like the leaning tower of pizza roll. Okay, so with these things you can see there's a little, you got all these circles, but you want this blue one here, this one. See, it's blue. You don't want that one, you don't want that one, you don't want that, you don't want that. You want to move it all forward at once, so you want that blue one. And there we go, it should all move forward at once. That looks more straight. Okay, and then we need some more gates. Back to cloning. Move it, move it, move it. We're actually going to be racing this track tomorrow night, except it's going to be a little bit different. Okay, now if you want to, you highlight that and you can adjust it, yeah? Okay, so whenever you highlight something you can adjust it depending what this little four-way cross arrow thingy is doing. But if you want to highlight something else, see, all of a sudden that highlight goes away. So what you want to do is you want to highlight that, and then you want to keep your finger on the control button and push something else, and then that highlights, you can highlight multiple objects if you want. See, or you can just click on them again to get rid of them. So pretty simple when you know it. What we're gonna do is clone everything there again. I'm gonna bring this out here, this out here. But what we're gonna do this time is make everything a bit smaller. We'll get rid of that for now. Because now we're coming downhill. There we go. And we can clone that again. Or actually, just make it straight. It looks a little skew. There we go. Once done that, look up there. We make it there. Clone. And this one can be on the ground. Over there. Okay, let's go see, and then what we're going to do is we'll just grab one of them, clone that, and now we're heading towards the home gate. There we go, I'm just going to clone another one quick. Gonna spin this around. Go around there, around there. There we go, clone it again. Spin it around. Pull it up. Until the yellow puck comes out. How ski we gotta go for that to come out the ground? That's just nuts. I mean, you can see it's at minus 280 degrees, so we ideally want it on 270 or as close as we can. There we go. Okay, let's go check that out now. We push F9, go over here, override existing data, yeah.
Ready to race.
And we hit start.
2, 1.
Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, this is much more faster now. Oh.
29.65. Position 1.
Spotted a mistake already.
.03. Position 1.
Coming up to the mistake. here's the mistake, right? Yeah, because I can drive around there instead of going over it. I'm gonna have to do something about that. Okay, that's pretty much it. Simples. So we'll go to F9. What we're going to do is just get rid of that. We just don't need that. Oh, we're going to get rid of it or not. Yeah, we are going to get rid of it. But we're going to put it, not get rid of it completely. But we'll put it out here like that. We're going to the barrier. Get this barrier here. There we go. There we go, no one can cheat that gate anymore. Lovely. Okay, let's go check that out.
Ready to race.
We don't need to push the stop button. Yeah. Bang on. Okay. Yeah, it's not too bad now. Things are happening. Okay. And that's pretty much how you build a track. See, that didn't take too long. Don't know how long that took. It seemed to take forever. But anyway. Yeah, no idea how long that took. And what we can do now is add some cool stuff in. So we can throw in, well, we can throw in whatever we want, really. I mean, I like big chunky rocks, so we'll throw in some rocks. Don't have to, but we can. Yeah, some rocks that are quite cool, actually. You can do a lot of stuff with them. Like this one's quite cool when you get it right. I'll show you why. And we want one that goes next to that one. What we can do now is stick and cloning this one, pulling him out, shrinking him down a wee bit, just a wee bit, making it a bit thinner, spin him round. There we go. Pull him down. mix up nicely. Look at that. Okay, now what we do is go to effects again. This is water. Throw in some water. Nice little swimming pool here. Hence the barriers off the ground. There we go. But we don't finish there. We can clone that. Oh, we could clone it. Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, now we clone it. I take the blue to spin it around like that. Take the red, spin it around like that. Blue, spin it around. Red, spin it around. Yeah. Making ourselves a little waterfall. There we go. There we go. And then we can clone it again. Pull it up, pull it up. There we go. Now we've got ourselves a proper waterfall going on there. Yeah. And we can clone this rock again. Spin it around like that. Make it a little bit smaller, a little bit thicker. Just want to come here and make sure it's not in the way. No, perfect. And just to border off this, we can go to barriers, spraying all the way down. You can use any way, like a blue one. Blue goes there, best there. Use that, and we make it nice and small, like that, like that, and then we just go crazy long. There we go. There. I've got ourselves a nice little waterfall. We'll get some trees going in the background here. here. Yeah, okay, now we go have a look at that and check everything out. How
Ready
that
to race.
works. Got our track, which we know is all good. Always just make sure, see that there? You want to make sure the blue things are not too high above the ground, or else you can fly under them, and they're not too far under the ground, or else your markers won't work. Like this one here is a bit higher, and that one, so these can go a little bit lower. This one's a little bit off the ground, see I can fly under it, so that. So we just want to check stuff like that. Look at that pretty little waterfall, yeah, it's rocking, baby. I may even put some people coming down here. Have a little fun. If you want to see how to do that, don't go anywhere. I'll show you right now. So, we got our waterfall. Now let's have some fun with it, man. It's only a small one, so here we go down to tools. We click this twirly whirly little snaky thingy majiggy here. There's a name for it. Can't remember what it is. I'll remember it in a minute. And we stick that there. Stick that there. Stick it there. Stick it there. I'll show you the point of this in a minute. Okay, now we go to our decal. Put someone on it. Always a little lady that likes going on slides. Yeah, she loves slides, this thing. So, okay, now you got to be good at this. You right click on the red line. You've chosen your decal, which is that one, and you're going to left click it right up there like that. She's a bit invisible, so we'll need to spin her right way around. Where is she? Can barely see her. What's she doing that way? There she is. See her there? Just about see her there. Okay, now. She is cool. Okay. Oopsie. Now, can I do it? Moving, line, overlay. Okay, let's do that again. So we're going to choose our decal, right click on the line, stick her on there, and then put her up so we can see her. I can barely see her. There we go. You having fun, darling? You're about to. Excuse me. Okay, what we're going to go do here is move, and then speed. We're going to click on the speed. We're going to make it, let's say, 15.000, 2 zeros, and then play. And there we go. Off she goes. Yeah, she's underwater. Yeah, she's drowning. Oh my god, help her. Okay, well, we'll come back to her in a minute. Can make her go faster. Okay, and she'll go back and reset, and that's pretty much it. But I'll show you in a minute what it looks like. We'll put a whole couple of them up there. Okay, let's see. Speed 25. And now enter. So you put your speed in over there. You turn static to moving. Every time you change it, you've got to put the speed in again. Make sure it's 25, and then you push. You can loop it. reverse it, or just have it for once. Okay, so we'll put reverse. Okay, there we go. Still not moving that quick, is she? And we'll just wait for her to go back. But anyway, we'll have to move it a little bit further up. There we go. Okay, that should all be good. Don't know why she's going so slow. So anyway, we'll push F9, F9, overwrite the existing track,
Ready
yes.
to race.
And there we go, we'll go check her out quick. Oh look, there she is. Oh shit. Hello. Okay, we can actually put her a little bit lower. But yeah, there we go, you got the general idea of that. Got to find her first. Oh well, she's somewhere there. But there we go, that's pretty much how you do that if you wanted to make something move. And that's pretty much it, really. I mean, there's loads of other stuff you can do. Yeah, but for now, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys had fun and enjoyed yourselves. Hope you can build a track, and that's it. Oh, one last thing. Yeah, one last thing. If you ever want people to spectate, what you want to do is go to Tools and get yourself a camera. Yeah, so the camera I found that always works best, this guy here. So we stick a camera up there. Just turn him around, put him down. You can see everything nicely. Always a good idea to go here and see that your camera can actually see everything. There we go. And I'll probably get another rock in as well over here. And the only reason I'm sticking this rock up here so I can stick a nice camera on it somewhere. There we go, the FX, tools, boom, choose our camera. There we go, camera chosen. So we've got to make sure the camera's facing the right way. So there's the camera. We want it facing that way. Don't want it too skewed either. And a little bit down, a little bit that way. And then I'm going to clone it. Clone them and stick one in the air. So they don't have to be on something. There we go. Just have him facing down. Okay, now you push F9. Overwrite.
Ready to race.
And now to have a look at your cameras, you push the S button. Yeah, and forward arrow zooms in, back arrow zooms out. So we more or less got the whole track here, except for the up one. So the up one's not so good, so we'll go back and just change it a little bit. There we go. Stick him more think he should have everything in there. Push F9 and check it out.
Ready to race.
Camera. Almost everything. Can just move a little bit more. It just needs to be up. But there we go. That should be fine.
Ready to
3,
race.
2,
Hey man.
1.
Yes. Yeah, there we go. See, now I got the whole track in. So when people are racing, I can see them all. There's my little lady going down the pool there. Yeah, having fun. Okay, and that is pretty much it. I mean, yeah, so obviously you can throw in more rocks and more pools and lava, volcanoes, do what you want. Yeah, as long as you have fun doing it, man. Okay, that's it from me, Batman FPV. You guys all have a jolly good weekend. Enjoy Velocidrone Racing League tonight. It's the World Champs. My team didn't make it, so that sucks. But anyway, good luck to Maverick West. And that's about it. That's how I'm supporting tonight. So have fun, guys. Thanks very much.